time's a charm, as usual. Computer's acting funky. Shut down on me a couple times in the middle of this. So this is a video on what I'm calling a banana split. And this is a KJF. This is based on a thread that I wrote and started on accessanalyze.org. Obviously, this is not for advanced players because you guys already thought of everything already. Move it on to G36, G39, and all sorts of other rules. But for those who are enthusiasts, we have KJF, and I have my comments here. Okay, so this is, let's go back to the history. I'm going to show you what I did. Round one. Okay, so let me read the thread. Okay, so up till now I've been a solid KGF guy, guard against the vapid VC win and go to town in Europe. The factor that always pushed it over the edge is the is the race to get planes to defend Moscow. Seemed is shorter via Europe. They always arrive too little, too late. The politics is much worse in the Atlantic. But with Japan starting at 26, it would appear easier to trip them up conceptually on their way to 64 than to trip up Germany. I discovered that with a vast majority of the American units can make their way to Wake Island, bring transports and units, and maybe drop a naval base T1, and you are in position to move to Guam. Anzac can contribute all air and sea units by T2 and can land on newly captured islands to act as scramblers. You can put out blockers as well. Your purchases would be subs and planes, T1, T2, and T3, so that if the force were attacked, your reserves would counterattack. You would then take your air into as units, possibly as casualties, so that the ships would be sunk by torpedoes. I'm calling this half the Empire, or, like I said, banana split. Get an objection right away, and I say I assume the death of the initial navy. It's the reserves and their reserves, more planes and subs, to draw units into the same kill zone. So the initial casualty rate is for the 20 to 30% of the AIGN. Most of the fodder, by the way, subs, destroyers, maybe a hit or two on a carrier or a battleship. The reserves kill another 10 to 20% and make the battlefield wake. The third wave goes at wake and decimates past the threshold. It makes the Japanese threat of Calcutta unalterably behind. It is the U.S. versus Japan, mano a mano. China thrives. The UK invades Southeast China, Southeast Asia, and their planes go to Middle East or Moscow. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got. So I don't have a lot of time because I have a doctor's appointment, but here we go. 18, withdraw to Buryatia. And also, crazy, we actually put all the fast movers into Kazakhstan. Okay, Japan moves. And he goes to, what's he do? He buys a aircraft carrier and a transport. He leaves those guys there to defend against what he knows will be a returning Amur. Why did he do that? Why are they back there? Must have saved a game. So they stayed in Amur. That's right. These guys wanted me to stay in Amur. So I edited it to stay in Amur. Sorry about that. So then, I'm sorry. This is the bulk of the Japanese Navy. So notice, turn one, we are now 4 turns away from Calcutta. So Calcutta is at least turn 5 now, if he turned all of his ships around immediately. No factories on the coast, just the usual. So what do we do in response? Well, because of that, we are not going to go to Wake, but we will send some stuff to Wake. We're going to send that. This video will go along with my against capital ships. And I bought 3 subs and 3 attacks because we're looking for attack power. We're not really looking for defense power. We're looking for waves of attackers. So the blockers are put up, and we've got already in the area 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 13, around Wake Island, we would have 13, maybe 17 hit points. Okay. Down here, China. China does get Yunnan taken away, but it takes it back and move to Shenxi. What about the English? The English declare war, and this is a problem. I will admit it. He had moved some bare naked transports down to 36 and off Formosa, and I raided them with a battleship. I know that's a big deal, which got sunk by kamikazes. So taking the kamikazes out early, even though not something I would normally do, but I wanted to try it, and we're having fun. So then a destroyer goes in and destroys the transport. So he's already lost one transport. He is able to get 4 guys from Japan onto Asia. No, maybe. He was able to use the transports. So here we go. And what happens? We built... Oh, no, I didn't do it. Sorry. Okay, so at this point in time, we actually join. But we don't join in such a way as to commit our forces or garrison it. We want it to be a kill zone. We want these troops to actually not fight or invade Manchuria or Korea, but to be a kill zone or a pinning move. Pinning kill zones. Okay? What do we do with the miners? The miners move down here and we buy a sub. And we move all of the stuff able to help out with blocking. That's a close one in the Gilberts, but the destroyers and the cruisers are able to join the fleet or to block or to endanger the fleet. Okay. Obviously, I did not get his execution because he doesn't play online, but here's his ideas, and I'm putting them out there. I have one where I did the Japanese moves. So this is T2 of Russia, and Russia just moves in, able to retake Hunan in case that happens, which it's going to, right? And he does. He does retake Hunan. He doesn't commit anything. He has to lose the fighters because they are needed in the south, because right now he is seeing the tipping of the scales. I was playing Japan, executing his concentrated around Caroline Islands and obey his purchase orders. That was his purchase orders for T2 with $40. Okay, America. What's America do? Oops. Go down to China. Okay, so America now is by 7 more subs, and those 3 divers from Central are now in Western. They can reach Wake. And now we're talking about a lot of hit points. Now all the planes are here. I was able to bring some stuff in. Now Anzac is acting as a blocker. And now he has 1 destroyer, and all the fodder's gone. Okay, he does have another destroyer there. What did England do? Okay, England's took back Yunnan and has Yunnan as a kill zone, pinning these planes to this continual battle. And he's just sitting up there buying. And now the number of people, the number of units, ground units that can hit Yunnan, tremendous. Way outnumber the Japanese ground units in the area. Still no Money Islands. Okay, and all of my forces are able to hit. Of course, he's going to want to put up blockers, and he will be able to do that, by the way. So what about the miners? The miners take matters into their own hands, and they actually send in a... Nope, not this time. It's coming, though. Now he's got 3. He's got 4 subs in the area and 3 planes. Turn 3, this is the one I really can only show you because that's as far as I got, and then I let the AI take over. Finding out what they would have done. So I go into Korea not as a grab, as a hold, or as a place for landing planes. This is just pinning 10 Japanese troops in Manchuria and harassing. Now the Chinese begin to push into Central, and Yunnan holds and is reinforced. Okay, let's Russians have not moved. They're still actually able to get back. This is turn 3. They could still get back to Moscow in time. This guy's there. And I decided I would go here, Persia, and then we did British did a sort of a skimming attack, grazing attack on Iraq so as to not take it. Okay, that's that's the end. So we do take Persia. So then Japan takes Korea back, takes these territories back, takes Yunnan back. Now, is this the one where I let him? I might have done that. Yeah, I think I still did that. And now I set up my own blockers. And I followed the build instructions, and we finally got a industrial complex on land. And what's the Americans do to do it? To respond. And I've set up my blockers. And I put the baits, the real bait, 3 cruisers, 1 battleship out. Now I've got 10 subs and 8 subs. 18 subs, 1 destroyer, 9 planes can hit if he decides to attack Wake in force. Okay, but we don't let that happen. We're going to go aggressive. Now, this is China. China's pushing in. Turn complete. And now I've got just a tremendous force protecting Calcutta as well as stretching Yunnan and taking over all of Southeast Asia, making okay money. And I mean, I think Japan is hopeless at this point in time, so it all depends on Germany. Right here, here's the miners. 3 more subs, and the miners went in. All the miners subs, 4 subs, 3 planes went in, took out all the subs and destroyers if there were any. No blockers available now, except for what's in the island right there. So he can't block Johnson Island, so I can come in. So at this point in time, he either has to go, let's do this, clench the cheeks, and see what comes of it. 18, my 8 subs there cannot reach, but my 10 could, and my planes they cannot reach either. But 10 subs, we could see what will happen, right? No destroyers to protect at this point in time, but Japan does go first, so you would be able to get that destroyer out there. Okay. And that's as far as I would want to show you. I let the AI take over. The AI did some crazy stuff. I'll show you what the Russians did. The Russians are just holding tight. Again, able to make it back to Moscow pretty much, and then pinning those troops. What did the Americans do? So again, Americans didn't do much. They began to convoy, and then they killed the blockers, and they moved to Wake. So at turn 5, I can build. I should have built a naval base. Let's see if I did. No, I didn't. So I should have built a naval base at that point in time, and I need another generation of. There's my transport, so I can take back over Guam, and then send those. And then just have a powerful position in the middle. And we get a Japanese fleet running away. What do I have for China? China's looking good. Lost Hunan again, but the China is owns quite a bit of territories. Doesn't have the Burma Road, but I believe you know what happened is the computer actually sent a bunch of planes and lost a bunch of planes. So out of the 13 planes, he's got 4 left, maybe 5, 6. Oh, no, there they are. No, so he didn't lose a bunch of planes, but he took it back over. And then, of course, what happens? The British take it back over, and Southeast Asia's lost. Now he's just got the coast. So miners. So what? Now we're getting into transports because I'm willing to try to take back something. Aircraft, obviously, this is a silly position for the aircraft carriers. They would be with the fleet in Philippines. That's ridiculous. Those planes would be with the fleet in the Philippines. So, yeah, so there we go. So what do I think? I think that this gives great. I mean, really, Anzac is a beefy Anzac. Very dangerous Anzac in this. Really puts. They can go into the fight first. They can lead the way. They can block. Real hand in glove with the Americans. Strategy to give it a try and see what happens. Obviously, this guy knew I was coming. His original plan was a J1. If he had done a J1, he would have been in 36. There's no naval base in 36. The time it would take him to get back to Wake would be 2 more turns. So we're talking about turn 3 before he gets back to Wake if you do a J1. So I'm playing a guy right now that's done a J1. We'll see what happens. But if he did a traditional J1, he's got a lot of forces here. Now, if he did a attack on Pearl, well, that's a different story. But if we make Pearl a dead zone, I'm all for that all day long. He's also trying a preemptive sea line. So, I mean, that looks, interesting. I've built 3 Russian bombers so that if he takes the $27 from London, I'm able to just strategic bomb him while he's busy there. The other thing I could do is build 3 subs, turn 2 and turn 3, and hit those subs, hit his fleet in 110 with subs and bombers. Okay, so that's the sort of other side of the coin of leaving, Soviet Union alone while you do sea line. So switching dance partners, a lot of British, and there wasn't so much FEC, whatever this is called, the out of India Far East Command kind of thing. There wasn't a lot of buying planes, but London is buying, I think, more planes, and this was a way to boost the Russian income in lieu of obviously having the support of the Americans to threaten their West. All right, guys, that's banana split strategy. Give it a try. Like I said, I don't think most people would have chosen to bring their navy to Caroline and Palau. I don't think that's a better plan than leaving in Japan, honestly. Caroline, yes, but Palau, I think I would have taken that force back to Japan and then endangered from the north. And it would have been a little different, but Midway, and I would have actually had to reinforce Johnson, Wake, and Midway. That would have been a little more difficult. But again, I'm all about the small ships. So, all right, looking forward to the games I'm playing, and if you give this strategy a whirl. All right, Crockett 36 out. Finally did it.